The title of this module is Comparison with Experimental Spectra, the Potential Energy Function for a Chemical Bond and Harmonicity, Morse Potential Energy Diagram, and then a modification of selection rules, overtones and hot bands and dissociation energies. After going through this module, you should be able to firstly interpret experimental infrared spectra, understand the potential energy function of a real bond, understand the concept of anharmonicity and the modified selection rules for the anharmonic oscillator. You understand the meaning of fundamentals and overtones, and finally you shall be able to calculate the dissociation energies of diatomic molecules. So, brief introduction first. We have already seen that the vibrational spectrum of a heteronuclear diatomic molecule, which behaves as a harmonic oscillator, it is expected to consist of a single line, because we had seen that the lines are equally, the energy levels are equally spaced. So, the transition which is only allowed between adjacent levels leads to just one line in the spectra, and this particular line is known as the fundamental. However, besides this very intense line, when you observe the experimental spectra, you also find that there are lines decreasing in intensity, and they are slightly less than double, triple of the fundamental transition in real spectra. That means that the spacing does not remain constant, and also because it is not exactly double, it is not exactly triple, that means that the spacing is not remaining constant, and it also means that the selection rules which allowed only transitions between adjacent levels, they now allow larger changes in the vibrational quantum number, more than the one that we saw, plus minus 1, that we saw for the harmonic oscillator. And this is what we want to learn about. This implies that the harmonic oscillator model is not able to satisfactorily explain the observed spectra. In this module, we explore the reason for the same and modify our model. So, this is what we always do. We look at a simple model, see whether it fits into our experimental data. If it does not, then we see what modifications are required to improve the model, so that we get good correspondence with experimental spectra. So, to understand this, we will understand the potential energy function for a chemical bond. The harmonic potential is based on Hooke's law. This is what you had seen, that the restoring force is given by the Hooke's law, leading to a parabolic potential energy function. According to this potential energy function, the bond can be infinitely stretched or compressed without breaking it. This is what happens. It goes up to infinity. It is a parabola where on both sides it goes up to infinity. The bond never breaks. But we all know that real bonds, though they are elastic, they are not so homogeneous that they obey Hooke's law everywhere. That is exactly simple harmonic motion laws. For example, during stretching, there will come a time when the bond will become so weak that it will break, and the same thing will happen when you compress it. There will be so much repulsion between the positively charged nuclei that the molecule will, the potential energy function will be more steep. So, thus although for small compressions and extensions the bond may be taken as perfectly elastic obeying Hooke's law, for larger amplitudes, when they are more than 10% of the bond length, much more complicated behavior must be assumed, and that means that real molecules behave not as harmonic oscillators, they behave as something called anharmonic oscillators. So, what is this anharmonic oscillator? It is obviously not a harmonic oscillator. Where does it deviate from harmonic behavior? According to the harmonic oscillator model, if a molecule is disturbed from the equilibrium bond length, its energy will rise, and this rise is the same whether the bond is compressed or elongated, because it was perfectly symmetrical, it was a parabola. However, what we expect is that stretching will weaken the bond, decreasing the force constant, and hence that means that the restoring force, which is proportional to the force constant, will also decrease. And on the other hand, compression of the bond brings the positively charged nuclei closer. Now, because the nuclei have a large number of protons, the nuclei of the two atoms in the heteronuclear molecule will repel each other, and that is why the potential energy rise will be more steep than what you had predicted. This increases the repulsion more than what a harmonic potential would have predicted. The net result is that the potential is more steep at lower internuclear separations and more shallow at high internuclear separations, and this is what we have shown in figure, that instead of the harmonic oscillator model, you find that at lower internuclear separations it is more steep, and at higher internuclear separations it is shallow, it is a wider potential energy curve. So, this is figure where we have drawn the Morse potential energy in blue and harmonic oscillator potential, which is shown in green. Unlike the energy levels of a harmonic oscillator potential, which are evenly spaced by h nu, the Morse potential level spacing decreases as the energy approaches the dissociation energy. The dissociation energy d is larger than the true energy required for dissociation d0 due to the 0 point energy of the lowest, that is the V is equal to 0 vibrational level. The potential energy of the anharmonic oscillator is given by the following empirical formula. This is also called the Morse potential, and this is V is equal to d0 E 1 minus exponential r minus r naught whole square, and this is the Morse potential that is used in the anharmonic oscillator, where alpha is a constant for a particular molecule and d is the dissociation energy. When this equation, the Morse potential, is inserted in the potential in the Schrodinger equation, what you find is that the new energy levels, the vibrational term G as a function of V, is given by your original term V plus half into omega E minus another term V plus half square x e omega E. Now, this x e or chi e, this is a new constant that we have come across, and this is called the anharmonicity constant. Omega E is referred to as the equilibrium frequency of the anharmonic system. Now, what is the spectrum of anharmonic oscillator? What does it look like? The selection rules for the anharmonic oscillator are also modified. Instead of delta V is equal to plus minus 1, the other transitions plus minus 2, plus minus 3, they are also allowed. That means that there is a possibility of larger jumps in addition to what is observed for the harmonic oscillator. The larger jumps occurred with decreasing probability, with only the first 3 lines, that is delta V is equal to plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus minus 3, which show observable intensity. These jumps are known as the fundamental. We have already seen delta V is called plus minus 1 is called the fundamental, plus minus 2 is called the first overtone, and plus minus 3 is called the second overtone, and these are the only ones that you normally observe in any vibrational spectra. Now, the next aspect to consider is population of energy levels. When it was immaterial when we were talking about the harmonic oscillator, because whether the transition was from 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, it did not matter, the spacing was the same. But here, because you have larger jumps also allowed, it means that you have to consider the population. For rotational spectroscopy, we had found that several rotational energy levels are occupied because the spacing between the energy levels is small, rotational spacings are small. Now, according to the Boltzmann formula, you get the populations from the Boltzmann formula at room temperature, which is around 300 K, and considering IR radiation of frequency, just taken an average 3 into 10 raised power of 13 second inverse, one can note that NV is equal to 1, that is the population of the first vibrational level compared to the 0 vibrational level is very small. It is something like 0.008. That means that the population of the V is equal to 1 level is less than 1% of the ground state population. So, that means to a very good approximation, we may ignore all transitions which originate from V is equal to plus minus 2 levels and greater than 2 levels, and restrict ourselves to the following 4 transitions in absorption spectroscopy. So, what we are going to ignore is that even the V is equal to 1 level has only about 1%, less than 1% of the population of the V is equal to 0 level, but we will still consider it. But V is equal to 2 level is going to have even less population, so we will ignore it, and all higher vibrational quantum numbers also we will ignore. So, finally, we have these possible transitions. The first one, which is the most intense, is the fundamental transition, and this refers to the transition V is equal to 0 to 1, that is delta V is equal to 1 transition. The wave number of this transition is G 1 minus G 0, and what you find is that it is omega E into 1 minus 2 chi e, and you have an harmonicity constant entering the expression. Then the other important transition is the first overtone transition, which we have seen is V is equal to 0 to 2 transition, that is delta V is equal to 2 plus 2 transition. We are looking only at absorption spectroscopy, and here what you find is that it is equal to 2 omega E into 1 minus 3 chi e, and you see that it is approximately double of the fundamental, but not exactly double because of the anharmonicity term. The next important transition is the second overtone transition, and this is from V is equal to 0 to V is equal to 3, that is for this delta V is equal to 3, and for this transition you find that the wave number of the transition is given by approximately 3 times omega e, precisely 3 omega e into 1 minus 4 chi e. Again it is approximately 3 times the fundamental, but not exactly 3 times the fundamental. And then you also observe in some cases a hot band transition, and this is from V is equal to 1 level to 2 level, and this is a perfectly allowed transition, and for this delta V is equal to 1, and for this one what you find is that the wave number is given by close to the fundamental, but omega into 1 minus 4 chi e. It is called a hot band because it is originating from the V is equal to 1 level, which is not very populated at room temperature. But if you increase the temperature, according to Boltzmann distribution, the V is equal to 1 level gets more populated, and that means its intensity will increase, and that is why it is called a hot band. Then there are two aspects to the Boltzmann distribution law. Molecules with lower vibrational frequencies are more likely to exhibit hot bands. The exponential term is minus delta E in, by kT, and delta E, if it is small, then the population of the first energy level is large, and because of this, for these lower wave number transitions, the population of the higher vibrational levels is higher. So, we will take an example, and this example is for HCl. The spectrum of HCl shows a very intense absorption line at 2886 centimeter inverse, a weaker one at 5668 centimeter inverse, and a very weak one at 8347 centimeter inverse. Calculate the equilibrium frequency of the molecule and the anharmonicity constant. So, if you look at these are in the ratio 1:2:3, a little different from there. So, now you have 3 equations, one for the fundamental, one for the first overtone, one for the second overtone, and you have only 2 terms to determine, one is omega e and the other is chi e. So, you substitute, there are 3 equations, it is better to take the first 2, and what you find is that you will get a value for omega e which is equal to 2890 centimeter inverse, and chi e is equal to 0.0174, and from this you already know how to find out the force constant. It is equal to 4 pi square c square omega square into mu, and you have already determined mu in the previous module, and this turns out to be 516 Newton per meter. So, any 2 lines would have given you this equation. Third one you can use just to justify that you have got the correct value. Now, we will talk about another aspect, and that is, now since we are talking about real molecules, they also dissociate. So, we will talk about dissociation energies. Now, the decrease in spacing of the energy levels with increasing vibrational quantum number implies that there will come a time when it decreases to 0. This is what is happening. As the potential energy well is getting wider, what we are finding is that the energy levels are coming closer to each other. At some time, the closeness will be so much that the energy spacing will be 0, and at this point the bond breaks and the molecule, we say, has dissociated. What you can do is, you find out the spacing between 2 energy levels, GV plus 1 minus GV, and when you do that, you get an expression for the spacing as a function of omega e and chi e. Now, when does the spacing become equal to 0? You put this equal to 0. So, the maximum value of V is therefore the value at which the spacing becomes 0. When you substitute in this equation, we find that V max, we will call it V max, which is the maximum vibrational quantum number that can be achieved without breaking the bond, and this is equal to 1 by 2 chi e minus 1. For HCl you've already determined the value of chi e, and for this when you substitute the value of chi e, what you find is that V max turns out to be 27.74. Now you are looking for the maximum value of the vibrational quantum number, and it has to be a whole number. So what is the maximum value of a whole number which is lower than 27.74? It is not 28, it is 27. When you find out the value of the energy of this particular level and substitute 27 for V, you get the energy, and this turns out to be 42,890 centimeter inverse. And when you convert to kilojoules per mole, you can do that. How will you do that? You multiply by Hc, you will get the value in joules per molecule, convert to kilojoules per mole as we have already seen how to do, and you will get a value 513 kilojoules per mole. But the thermochemical value, the experimental value determined from thermochemistry, is only 427.2 kilojoules per mole. So obviously there is something wrong with our assumption, and the calculated value that you have determined firstly is dE. Because it is from the bottom of the potential energy level, you have not subtracted the 0 point energy. So this is the energy in figure 1 which you had seen, the dE dissociation energy. This is called the spectroscopic dissociation energy, and the experimental value is d0, because the molecule will not exist at the bottom of the potential energy curve. It will have a 0 point vibrational energy, and d0 is called the chemical dissociation energy. And if you look at figure, you will find that dE is equal to d0 plus half h nu. Therefore, the chemical dissociation energy, you can subtract the 0 point energy, is 41395 centimeter inverse, and this is equivalent to 495 kilojoules per mole. This large difference between the theoretical and experimental values is due to the fact that we have only looked at the fundamental first overtone and second overtone to find this value. But at higher values, there are, besides the chi e, there is a ye, ze, lots of anharmonicity constants which will make the energy gap even smaller than what you had expected from this linear curve. And infrared spectroscopy only allows you to see the first 3 energy levels. So this means that we'll use some other method to find out the exact values of the dissociation energies, but for now it is important to realize that you can get a rough value of the dissociation energy by using the Morse potential energy curve. And finally we come to the summary. The spectrum of a real molecule does not resemble what is predicted by the harmonic oscillator model. The Morse potential energy is a satisfactory representation of the potential energy function of a real molecule. For this oscillator, larger quantum jumps are allowed, and one sees the fundamental band, first and second overtones, as well as hot bands. Data from these spectra allow one to get an estimate of the dissociation energy.